A tip to save your transmission from further damage in the future. It's just a small little thing to do, especially if you are uphill or downhill, and that the mistake that most of people do, and that could interfere in the neutral safety switch. And sometimes you go to start the car, it wouldn't start because your park is not in park, even if it looks in park. I'm gonna show you even in a demonstration. I made some drawing and I just show you what exactly happened. So in normal thing you do, you push the brake pedal and then you move. This is to reverse, neutral, or drive. So now let's say you've been driving and you come to a park. What you usually do, your foot on the brake and you move this all the way to park. But notice this, if you are uphill or downhill, if the car is like on a slope, like it's not straight, that's where most of the problem usually happen. This is where really this emergency brake will become very handy. And sometimes if it's not here, it's usually at the bottom here on the left corner of the driver's side at the left kick panel on this side here. So again, my foot on the brake, and this is what you do. I am in drive, I'm driving. You uphill or downhill. Of course you could do this on a level, but again, this is usually happens on downhill or uphill, and the problem you're gonna feel that you fight to move that shifter from park to reverse, and vice versa. So before you move your foot off the brake, keep it. The car is still steady, it's not moving. Your transmission shifter in drive or in reverse. You pull this emergency brake all the way as high as you possible, and then while your foot on the brake, you go back and you put the car in park. So now you're gonna notice a little movement of the vehicle if this is not all the way up. That movement, it's really putting a lot of stress on the fork inside the transmission, on the gear. I'm gonna show it to you right now on the desk what I mean here. So now you could release your foot off the brake, and the car, if the emergency brake in good shape and your rear brake pads or shoes strong, the car will not move, even if it's uphill or downhill. Even if it moved, it will move very, very, very slightly. It will not put a stress on the transmission fork, on the park fork specifically. So now you want to move, you start your car, and the first thing you do, of course, you push the brake pedal all the way down, okay? Before you move the emergency brake, okay, before you release it, move your shifter to where you want it to be. You're gonna feel the movement is going to be soft, versus if you didn't do this, okay? So now we go back here, or you go and drive, wherever you go, and then while your foot on the brake, you go back to the emergency brake, and then you release it. And now you can move the car, okay? Same thing with the reverse, all right? So that's the same situation if you're going in reverse. And if you are in reverse, now your foot on the brake and you want to stop the car before you shut it off. Again, before you move the reverse to park, pull this all the way up, your foot on the brake, put this shifter in park, and keep the emergency brake, and you could release your brake pedal. Okay, the car will not move. The reason why the right way to do it, whether you have a manual emergency brake or you have a push button emergency brake, whatever you have, do this always make sure the vehicle very much locked in the ground, and the stress not on the transmission, the stress on the brake. Okay, you need the stress to be on the brake, not on the transmission, because while your foot off the brake, this is what's holding your car. And you don't want the park fork, and that park fork is like as big as my finger, okay? That's what's holding this whole car. Honestly, if you open the transmission and see this is a small fork like as big as my finger, what's holding this whole car? Imagine that all the stress, especially if it's a high, there's always stress on that fork. That this is what's holding this whole car from rolling or moving. All right. So this is the right way to do it. Again, I'm gonna do it one more time. The emergency brake is on, and now I'm ready to move. I start my car, push the brake pedal. Okay, my foot still on the brake pedal. This is still engaged. I go to the transmission and I move it reverse or drive, and then I release this. Then you release this. Now everything. Now the brakes you release, the car willing to go again. Okay. Now I stopped, fully stop. I want to put this one in park. Especially again, if you are uphill or downhill, you could do this all the time. I know people, especially overseas, you know, they do this thing, especially with the manual transmission. So again, now I'm gonna go back to park. Before I put back in park, all right, whether I was in drive or in reverse, the car, when the transmission is engaged, I'm gonna go here and get this to be engaged. Now again, this is what's locking your car, not the transmission. This is what locking the transmission. So the transmission will be at relaxed mode, will be engaged, but it will be, you use it as a safety. It's not, the car will not roll, but this is what's holding your car. Now go back here. This is engaged. My foot on still on the brake. I come here. I put this in reverse. I put it in park. That's it. I'm done. You keep this. You take your foot off the brake. You shut your car off, and you can go. This is the right way to do it. This will save you your transmission, and will save you a lot of headache in the future. You don't want your car to roll if you're not using this. So if you have this on the bottom, like I said, on the left kick panel, you do the same thing very much. Same scenario I did here. You know, so make it simple. You need your brakes engaged, and that the brake what's holding the car, not the transmission. Please keep this in mind. This is very important. A lot of people they don't know that. Okay, so that's one, and that's why sometimes you just remember one time, if you're uphill or downhill, if you don't use the emergency brake, try to put this back in park and see how your car will like kick down or back if you are in reverse, or down if you are downhill. Okay, that's no good. And imagine if you are downhill and the car in reverse, and the car try to go up, and you're trying to put it in park. A lot of complication. I don't want to get too technical, but this is very much the way you do it. I hope you understand it. Okay, and you just keep this on, and you take your foot off the brake. That's it. You could shut your car off right now, and that's it. This is the way to do it. All right. Let me show you on a demonstration what I meant here in this. Okay, as you can see here, this is your transmission gear. Okay, it's a funky drawing, but this is the simplest way I was able to do it, to understand. So this is your park fork. When you put the car in park, okay, this is what's engaged. This is locks at your transmission. So what happened here, it's what you see here. This is what you lock. So if you are downhill, this gear here will be moving with your wheels. Okay, when your car rolling up down. So this fork, it might be here. Just do this. So this fork right here, it might be here or here, not engaging in the middle where it's supposed to park. Okay, this is where it's supposed to sit. Okay, it's supposed to go in between those gears, like anywhere in here. So this keeps moving, and this is usually like this. Okay, so as this is, let's say it's moving this way, so this is very much, it's moving like a bracket. You probably notice it on your bicycle. Okay, so this is engaged inside here. Now you let you take your foot off the brake, and that's what moves. This is the transmission moves. So all the time, if you know emergency brake, all the stress will be on this fork, on this gear. I've seen many of those forks are broken in the past. Okay, they break, especially on how heavy the vehicle is, and how bad like if you're parking really on a let's say 20 or 30 degrees angle, uphill or downhill, there's a lot of stress on this little fork. Okay, so I hope this is kind of clear. And this is your parking brake. Like I said, this is when you put it in park. It goes in one of those, and so it keeps moving until it finds a place to lock. Okay, it find its home, so it sits in it. Sometimes when it sits here and you feel that movement, many times this is not sitting all the way here, it sits like here. And then because this is when I roll, when it rolls, it locks it makes that noise, tick tick, like this. Okay, so it sits in. I hope I was able to explain it easy. And here is another thing I'm trying to show you. Maybe you could understand it better. This is, let me see how this works here. Okay, so this is your parking fork, which is this one, and this is your transmission gear. So as you can see, when you take it out of park, that's what you do, and this is moves. Okay, and this is sits here, and the movement it happens because it's not sitting in its toe. Look at this. So now it's locked. Okay, now it's locked. This is in park. So it's always stressed like this against this here. Okay, if you put the emergency brake, will be like comfortable. It will be like very relaxed. When you take the transmission shifter out of park, look at this, easy. But if there is stress on it, you're gonna try to fight it. Okay, there's a lot of stress this way, and you're trying to fight this to get out. Okay, and then you hear this, and if there's a stress, this happened like this, and this didn't go down. All right. So just remember that. I was trying to find something easy to understand. Okay, so this is your park. That's what park is. All right. So this is very much it. Hope I was able to explain it as much as can. Please do this, because you don't want the stress to be on this. You want the stress to be on your parking brake, especially usually the parking brake is the rear brakes, not in the front, the one in the rear. All right. Any question you could ask. Thank you for watching. I hope this was something easy to understand.